Hello and welcome to a very special reacts video of the Wrestling Rewind podcast. I'm Jamie Griffiths, your host, and I'm joined today by the Tope Suicida Time Forgot, Mike Cortese.
What's up, folks?
Welcome in. We are doing a sort of live reaction to Full Gear. I say live, it's about 3 days after Full Gear, but we didn't quite get the timing right.
No.
Sunday was basically sleep, and Monday, Tuesday, we didn't have time. So it's Wednesday night now, so a few days have passed. Oh no, it's Tuesday night. It's Tuesday night.
Yeah.
See, I've got all my days out of whack already. But we stayed up all night and watched Full Gear 2022. So a little bit different from what we're doing so far. And the format of this is also going to be much, much different to what we've done previously, where we break down all the matches and then give our thoughts at the end. We are quite literally just going to dive straight into the matches, give the results. So obviously, if you haven't watched Full Gear already and you don't know
spoilers
the match
ahead,
results, there will be spoilers ahead. So we kick off with the first pre-show match, which is a 10-man tag team match. We've got the best friends, Rocky Romero, and the very evil, very mysterious partner versus the Factory, which is Aaron Solo.
Yeah.
One guy I can't remember the name of, Lee Johnson, Cole Carter, and QT Marshall.
Oh, the big guy. What's the big guy's name? Oh,
Nick Comoroto, is it?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Good man. Yeah.
See, I did know the name, but I wasn't sure myself.
Yeah.
So this match kicked off the pay-per-view, and the W went to Orange Cassidy, best friends, Rocky Romero, and Danhausen, I guess, Evilhausen, I don't know.
Yeah, Evilhausen, I guess you could call him, but
Yeah.
it was disappointing, right?
It was quite disappointing, yeah. The match
was very disappointing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
Danhausen didn't start the match, he joined later on.
Yeah, midway, which is weird to begin with.
It was kind of near the end.
Yeah.
And he actually got some offense in, which is pretty much the opposite that we've seen of
But it
Danhausen
still
in
wasn't
AEW so far.
enough to justify the change. Like, it was just so small. Like,
He hasn't really changed his face paint very much.
No, I'm just very disappointed in general, if I'm honest. It wasn't dark enough. He wasn't powerful enough. It was barely any different to his better version, which is what I'm going to now call the Goodhausen. This is better iteration.
This is Badhausen, is it?
Yeah, Badhausen.
Okay, we got Danhausen, Badhausen, and Goodhausen. No, it was an okay match. It was.
But the thing is, we were all looking forward to see an Evilhausen.
Yeah.
And that was the main factor in this match, is that we are going to see Danhausen's evil version, and it was just disappointing.
Yeah, I agree. I did like the spot where the Factory broke up the hug and did their own hug themselves to mock the best friends. I quite enjoyed that, but that's probably the only thing that I've ever enjoyed of the Factory in 3 years of AEW.
The Factory looked like a genuine team in that match, which is, for first, like, they all had the same gear, and they looked the part, is what I will say.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's QT Marshall that puts me off the Factory. Just the fact they've been booked as goobers for years. It might be QT Marshall, in fairness.
I think it's hard to take QT Marshall seriously.
Yeah, I think I was ripping him a bit during the start of the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
No. But moving on to the next match of the pre-show, which was the World Title Eliminator Tournament semi-final between Ricky Starks and Brian Cage, with Ricky Starks picking up the 1-2-3. This was a decent match as well.
Yeah, it's decent. Those two always make...
Not great, but
no.
I would say
it was never meant to be in the pay-per-view to begin with. Remember, this got delayed because Ricky Stark got injured, so we should have got the Eliminator final originally.
No, that's true. This should have been the final, but it was Starks that got injured, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
and as a result, they had to sort of push it back a little bit.
Yeah.
I will say though, I think this is the first Brian Cage match I've watched.
Okay.
Properly. I loved him.
Yeah,
I thought he was brilliant.
So he's actually awesome. He's genuinely awesome, right? I actually think every member that's been on Team Taz at some point actually turned out to be awesome. And him and Ricky Starks, which you missed it now, but they've had a few, so they've had some matches. They're great in the ring together. They always are. Yeah, this wasn't their best showing, but it was still a decent one.
No, but I think maybe I've watched a couple of matches before as I started getting into AEW. I want to say it was a dark match. I'm not sure. And I want to say it was against Jungle Boy, but I think I'm thinking back maybe a year and a half ago
I
now.
mean, yeah, I don't think he was. He got punished for a while, so he wasn't on TV at all for a good amount
Right.
of time. Yeah,
Okay.
because his wife made some comments, so then he was underutilized, so he got punished for it, basically.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it was a whole thing.
So match number 3 and the sort of main event of the pre-show, we have Eddie Kingston versus Jun Akiyama.
Yeah.
I actually can't
Okay.
remember who won this match. Was it Eddie?
No, Eddie lost. I remember thinking, I was
No, he
because
didn't. No, he didn't. Eddie
you
won.
sure? I'm sure Eddie
I am
lost.
sure he won.
God, that's how much that match mattered to me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure, but I am sure that I don't care who won. How about that? No, the match was fine, but unfortunately, it was just another Japanese strong type match, which is all Eddie Kingston ever gives us if he performs during the buy-in.
It is. Kingston did win.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Kingston won.
No,
But
I didn't.
yeah,
I didn't enjoy the match.
mm.
I don't really enjoy strong style matches anyway.
I don't mind them, but it's too often with Kingston now.
With Kingston, yeah, I can't remember the last time. Maybe Blood and Guts was the last time I've seen him do
Yeah,
something that wasn't a strong style match.
yeah.
And yeah, I just didn't enjoy it. What I would say though is Kingston after the match when he grabbed the mic was just on fire. And
Oh, yeah.
I personally would absolutely love to see a feud between him and MJF.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Also, what I was gonna say, yeah, he sent people into the pay-per-view on fire, basically. He
Yeah.
just built it up, and then he was like, I love the part where he's like, "Oh, I'm out of time. Tell me to go," and he just dropped the mic and just walked away.
Literally
Mid
did drop
mid
the mic,
mid
rolled out
sentence, yeah.
the ring, and just walked off, which
Yeah,
is
brilliant.
brilliant. Yeah. But on to the main show then. So our opening bout is the steel cage match. Jungle Boy versus Luchasaurus. And Jungle Boy Jack Perry picked up the win after diving off the top of the steel cage through a table that Luchasaurus was placed on top of. I really liked this match. I really, really did. I
Yeah, go on. I loved it as
no.
well. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
good. Okay, I thought you were gonna say
No, no, no,
you
I
didn't
loved
like
it.
it.
I loved it. Yeah.
Oh,
Plus, now that I'm seeing what they were going for, because remember during the match, I said Jungle Boy's new gear reminds me of HBK, and
mhm.
then during the post media scrum, he mentions that apparently one of Luchasaurus' favorite matches is literally Undertaker and HBK in Hell in a Cell, which I guess is what they were kind of referencing. Which now that I know it, makes a lot more sense.
Wow. Okay. No, I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
haven't actually watched this. Well, I watched a bit of the scrum. I've watched Jamie Hayter and MJF
Okay.
their
Yeah.
sections,
Well, I mean,
and
I've
that's
read a
about it.
lot. I haven't watched the whole scrum, but I've read a lot of the comments.
Hmm.
So yeah.
But no, I thought I felt like that was a star-making performance for Jungle Boy,
I love the fact that he came out to Jungle Boy in quotations, and now he's officially Jack Perry.
Jack
That was
Perry.
the first time.
Yeah,
First time, as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Boom, he's Jack Perry!" Finally.
yeah. But yeah, no, it was great. That elbow drop as well from the top of the cage, and then getting Luchasaurus into the snare trap for a
Yeah,
submission victory was
yeah.
awesome.
No, it was awesome.
And
No,
it's
it was
gonna
just
pave the
yeah,
way for him versus Christian Cage, and
yeah, yeah,
I can't wait for a proper match between the
yeah.
two.
This was in the media scrum as well. Actually, he was like, "I'm done with Luchasaurus now. So I'm moving on. I'm just gonna wait till Christian heals up, and I'm gonna destroy him as well." It was literally what he said.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean that's the match to book, and
yeah.
hopefully Cage isn't out for too long because
No, yeah.
Jungle Boy's got a
You
lot
don't want to
of
lose.
momentum now.
I was gonna say you don't want to lose the momentum. Yeah,
No,
a great
and
match, solid match to start with. Couldn't have been any better.
yep. But moving on to the first title match of the night is the AEW World Trios Championship match, the Elite versus Death Triangle. We were very excited for this match,
Oh
weren't we?
yes, yes. Could not wait to see Kenny back in the ring.
And they came out to carry on my wayward son by Kansas,
Yeah,
which was just fantastic.
I was. Yeah, with the explosions and the entrance and stuff. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
However, it wasn't going to be a triumphant return for the Elite as Death Triangle picked up the 1-2-3.
yeah. With Rey Mysterio using the hammer, which Pac has been pushing on him for weeks.
Ray Phoenix.
Yeah. What did I say?
Ray Mysterio.
Let me re-say that
Yeah.
sentence, okay? With okay, let's get out of the system. Okay, with Ray Phoenix using the hammer, which Pac has been pushing on him for weeks now.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
it was great storytelling,
heel
and
victory.
I think
Uh,
this match was a little bit. I don't want to say a little bit of a spot fest because, to be honest, I loved it for that.
it's kind
Like
of the nature of a trios match, though, isn't it?
yeah,
Being Spots Fest.
I think so, and we
Yeah,
both knew it was going to be a great match, and it was a great
yeah,
match, and that sort of extra element of the storyline going in there at the end, I thought was absolutely perfect.
yeah. And then we come out and we're like, "This is a great match. I hope we get it again." And then they announce we're getting it 7 more times for the
Well,
next 7 weeks.
it's six more times actually, because that match counts as one of them.
Oh, does it? Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't realize that. Okay,
and
fair
then
enough.
it's 6 more on top of that, and it's
I,
not over 6 weeks, there's a few gaps,
okay, okay.
like the January 4th gap, for example, because now Kenny Omega is going back to New Japan Pro Wrestling to face
Okay,
off with
fair enough.
Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom.
Oh, it's gonna be so awesome.
I'm very tempted to buy that
Yeah, I
pay-per-view
was gonna say we should
just for
look
that
at where to
match,
get access to that. Yeah,
but maybe on Fight TV, you never know.
yeah.
Yeah, but, no, fantastic, and just one point before we move on, the crowd are fully behind the Elite. If there was
Oh
ever
yeah,
an element of doubt of that, the whole crowd chanting "fuck CM Punk" at as loud as they
I
possibly could.
know. Yeah,
We were taken aback. Like we genuinely
yeah.
didn't think there would be any reaction even close to that.
No, I thought. Well, I knew the elite would be like massive, like get a massive pop and be cheered. I
Mm,
did not think the crowd would take the opportunity to insult CM Punk
no, no.
during the match.
Although it was going to be quite telling on Wednesday night, which is probably when this video goes up. If I can't be bothered to edit it after this, after we've recorded it tonight,
Yeah.
AEW Dynamite is in Chicago.
Oh, I did not know that.
So it'll be interesting to see what the reaction is when the Elite come out.
Oh no.
Mhm.
Should you even send them out? Oh
Oh,
wow, I've got no words for that. That's gonna be super interesting.
yeah. That reminds me, we didn't pick up on it in the first match, but there was a tope suicida within 2 minutes,
Really?
and we didn't mention it.
Oh,
Like we were shouting about it straight away. It was
oh,
within about 2 minutes. The first
oh.
tope.
Okay. I didn't keep my tope counter up, okay, during the pay-per-view.
I did catch a few.
Mm,
None in this match though, which was quite
okay.
surprising.
But yeah. No, it was great. Did we get a triple was it
Is it the
tombstone?
triple tombstone? Yeah,
Yeah, we got a triple
yeah,
tombstone,
by
didn't we? I'm
Death
not
Triangle.
imagining that
Nope,
happened.
that
Yeah.
happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah,
was
that
fantastic.
was awesome. Yeah.
The next match was for the TBS Championship. It's Jade Cargill versus Nyla Rose. Jade Cargill coming out in a Thundercats outfit was absolutely awesome.
She
Uh,
always comes out with something pretty awesome. I think last pay-per-view was She-Hulk. It wasn't as good, but I appreciate the gesture.
I think I remember that, yeah. Cargill did come out with the win, pinning Nyla Rose to recapture, or in this case, just regain physical
Yeah.
possession
Yeah,
of her
basically.
TBS Championship.
Yeah.
I didn't like this match.
Wasn't great. I mean, like we said, Cargill should have destroyed Nyla, and that's not what went down. Actually, Nyla dominated most of the match, which was a bit odd, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm surprised it was more 50-50.
Yeah.
Um, I think doing like I love Jade. I
Mm.
think Jade is brilliant, but she's definitely become less.
Her run's getting too long.
Yeah, but it's getting too long and just a bit bored, to be
Yeah.
honest.
No, because she's not. This was probably the first proper feud she's had, despite being like 42 wins in or whatever, or
Well,
43,
she's
whatever
hit
it
a
is.
ceiling, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, the only way for it to go is for her to step up into more of the main event scene.
Yeah.
But I,
But she needs to lose the title, I think, and then she
well,
can eventually challenge Hater down the
maybe
line.
lose the title, yes. But I think the problem is that Tony Khan doesn't want that first loss. I think before she hits the 50 mark.
Yeah,
So
maybe.
so I
Yeah.
think she's gonna.
Well, hopefully she'll get a lot of her wins on just random rampages and dynamites. And then,
Yeah, but that still makes it boring. It stagnates.
yeah, well, it's already stagnated. So, I mean,
Yeah.
we're already in there, It's just, what's 7 more matches?
Of course, my main problem with this match is Nyla. Not because of Nyla herself. It's because of Vicky
I
Guerrero.
was going to say, yeah. Do you know why? Yeah,
I
I just ignore Vicky. I don't even notice her anymore.
I can't
You
ignore
were
it. She
complaining about her laugh,
annoys
and I was just like, I didn't even register it.
she annoys me so much, and I think it's such a shame that Nyla has been put with Vicky. Now, maybe Nyla's learning a lot. I don't know.
Oh, maybe, yeah. I
But
guess.
Vicky is just one of the most annoying characters in wrestling. When I saw her in WWE, I'd switch off or I try and skip the match.
Yeah, no, she's
I do
yeah,
the same thing in AEW,
she's
and I
got the
think
most annoying voice.
yeah, and I think I covered it in the last main podcast episode. One of the reasons why I haven't watched any Nyla, I think, is because she was with Vicky
Vicky.
when I started watching,
Yeah, no,
and as a
it's
result, I have been actively avoiding Nyla, which is a shame because on the last two main podcasts, she's been absolutely fantastic.
no, she's great in ring. Yeah, she's actually
Yeah,
really good. And considering, she's quite big compared to some of the other wrestlers, she doesn't seem to she's still able to work with him quite well, really well actually. Yeah, she's impressive. She's impressive in the ring. Yeah.
yeah. Moving on to the next match, which is the Fatal 4-Way match for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Ugh, I hate the
I
Ring
loved
of
it.
Honor. No, no, no. I love the match. The match was
Okay.
fantastic.
Yeah, it was one of the best matches of the night, I was gonna say.
But I just don't like the Ring of Honor stuff
Oh
in
no, I think the Ring
AEW.
of Honor stuff needs to go. Right, it's taking space. It's convoluted as well. It's unnecessary, but it did make for an incredible match.
But no, no, I don't like the Ring of Honor stuff. But it did sort of present us with this great match.
Yeah, it was
And
incredible.
Jericho did end up retaining in the end,
He did,
getting the pin
but we
over.
got whether we believed he was going to keep it or not, they convinced us he may not, which was the important part. So
Oh, there were plenty of times in that match when I genuinely thought the match was over.
it's like they knew we wanted Sammy to win, and they just kept teasing it once in a while that he's got it this time, but no.
Yeah, Sammy had two very close three
Yeah.
counts. So did Danielson, though, when he
Mm.
delivered the Baisoku knee,
Oh, it came out of
Busaku
nowhere.
knee.
He just exploded on Cesaro. Oh,
Yeah,
Claudio. He just exploded on Claudio.
yeah,
Yeah, no, it was just like he just came out of nowhere and just yeah, no.
yeah.
Kind
But
of think of it. I guess Claudio he didn't have a weak showing, just didn't have as a close movement, did he? I don't remember.
yeah, Castelloni, he did the neutralizer on Danielson
Oh
and
yeah, of
almost
course he
got the
did.
three count.
Yeah,
And it
yeah,
was just after Guevara did the Spanish fly from
yeah.
the top rope on Danielson
Oh yeah,
for
okay.
his second false finish of the
Yeah.
match.
There was so many close finishes actually. It was just such a good match. It was such a good match. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
No,
yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was my match of the night until later on.
Yeah, it would have been at that point. Yeah, it would have been a match of the night at that point. But we
Yeah.
were early in the night, to be fair. What was that like? Match 6, match 7?
That was match 8
Oh, jeez. Wow. Okay, that
because
went fast.
match number 9
Yeah.
was Soraya versus Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D. Soraya picking up the win after 5 years away from the squared circle. I
I didn't like it. You know, the match.
I didn't not like it. I thought the match was exactly what I expected it to be
No,
going
no, the
in.
match was what I expected it to be. Her
Yeah.
winning, I didn't like.
No, it's an odd choice, isn't it, to have
Yeah.
Soraya
I
win
kind of get the idea
against.
you don't want her to lose, but sometimes realistically, she should lose.
Well, I mean, I think realistically she should have lost because
Yeah.
ultimately she's been away from the ring for 5 years, and
Britt is like on top of it, like she's like you mentioned previously, she's on top of her game. She's as
she is
good
the
as she's
top.
ever gonna be at this point.
She may not be champion, but she's almost
Yeah,
certainly the top woman in AEW right now.
was.
And what?
I'm just thinking ahead to what happens later on. She was the top woman.
Oh, she still is,
Yeah, yeah,
regardless of who the champion is.
yeah. Fair enough.
Britt is still the top
Yeah,
woman on AEW.
yeah,
I don't think that's in dispute.
yeah,
And for Soraya to come in and get the pin, a clean pin as well.
yeah.
I thought it was a bit
And she got
odd.
beaten a lot of the match as well.
She got beat for most of the match.
Yeah,
Britt did a lot of the heavy lifting, so massive props for her for making the match look great because
mm.
it did look better than what you would
Yeah,
expect
yeah,
for someone that's been out of
yeah.
the ring
Oh,
for 5 years.
actually, Soraya actually basically straight up said it during the media scrum
Okay,
that like Britt carried the match for her. Yeah.
yeah, but I just don't know where Soraya is going to go with this because she's come in, she's beat the top woman. Where does she
Oh my
go?
god, what if she's the one that defriends Jade?
But why? Why would
Because you
she
need
go
to
down?
take it off Jade regardless.
But why would she go down into the TBS scene? She just beat the top woman in AEW. The
When you
only way
say
to
that, but the
go.
TBS title for ages was now it gotten stale, but for ages it was the better title. It was literally the main title over the women's championship. Because think about it, Rosa had it, nobody cared. Tony had it, nobody cared. You know?
Well, I think people cared about Rosa. Right? Rosa was just booked really badly.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, she didn't even
I
get.
mean,
I think there was a media scrum. She didn't even make an appearance, and Jade did.
yeah, but again, I remember when Rosa won it from BRITT. We were so happy at the
Yeah,
time.
we
I
were.
remember us saying,
That was a long time build. You know, it built up
yeah,
to it,
it was. But
but
then afterwards,
yeah, it fell
she
down.
wasn't booked very well.
Yeah, yeah, true.
And we'll get to Tony Storm in a few
Yeah,
minutes' time, but arguably she's been booked sort of the opposite way, but it's had a more negative effect.
yeah.
But yeah, I just don't know where Saraya is going to go from this because, like I said, the only way realistically to go is straight into a world title scene, or at least at the very top end of the booking.
Actually, that kind of works if you think about it. She just had a feud with Britt, and then she starts feuding with Britt's friend, which still keeps Britt involved. It kind of works.
Yeah, I don't know. I like for me personally, I think it would have been better for Soraya to take the L and
Yeah, yeah.
then
Either way, she
go
should have lost. Like,
go into
regardless of
that
how you move forward.
and
Yeah,
then go into that TBS scene and build a way up, maybe winning
yeah,
the TBS championship and then building a way back up to the main
yeah,
card.
yeah.
I think
100%.
that's just would have been better. But I mean, Soraya is a fucking megastar,
Yeah,
so I
exactly.
guess TK is kind of stuck in a between a rock and a hard place, really.
Yeah,
Either you push Soraya as soon as she comes in, or you don't, and
yeah,
potentially the return gets a bit lost between the pack. But
yeah.
it is what it is. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, yeah, it was a decent match. It wasn't like the best match of the night, but it was decent.
Yeah, I mean the emotion that came out of her when she walked through the rope, walked through the curtain,
Yeah,
and after the match with her brother as well. I mean that kind of just made the match much better for what it was. I think.
yeah. Yeah, no, I agree, I agree. Yeah, it was good.
Match number 10 of the night was for the TNT Championship. It's Wardlow versus the Ring of Honor World TV Champion Samoa Joe versus Powerhouse Hobbs. So I had a theory going into this match. So one of two things was going to happen. Either Samoa Joe was going to get the pin on Powerhouse Hobbs to keep Wardlow sort of protected, or Hobbs was going to get the pin on Samoa Joe to keep, again, Wardlow protected, but to get the TNT Championship off him. One of those two things did happen, and it was probably the one I was least expecting, which was Samoa Joe picking up the pin. Well, in fact, he didn't pin, he submitted Powerhouse Hobbs to pick up the TNT Championship, and now he is a dual champion with the Ring of Honor TV Championship and also the TNT Championship as well. I don't know what to think about this match. I'm really happy to see Samoa Joe pick up the win on pay-per-view because I can't remember the last time. Is not knowing me, it's probably the last pay-per-view we did it, but I can't actually remember the last time I saw Samoa Joe picking up a win in a singles match
Well, you obviously
on an
won the
AEW
last.
pay-per-view.
You won. I think he's been winning on the Ring of Honor pay-per-views. I'm not sure he's been winning on the AEW ones.
It was Death Before Dishonor. So in Death Before Dishonor,
Oh, the last Ring of Honor pay-per-view, you mean?
the last Ring of Honor pay-per-view, yeah.
Yeah.
In that Samoa Joe defeated Jay Lethal, and that was for the TV Championship.
Okay.
Because that was the same pay-per-view that FTR went against the Briscoes
Oh
in
yeah.
a
Yeah.
sort of three falls tag team match for the ROH tag championships.
Cool.
So yes, in the ROH pay-per-views, he is still. I think the one before that as well, which is the one before Tony Khan bought the company. That's where he won the TV championship.
Yeah, but that was already sort of being led by Tony Khan. Anyway, yeah. So the match. Disappointed to see Hobbs lose because I really feel like Hobbs needs a title. You know, he deserves one at this point.
I don't even think he needs a title. I just think he needs better booking.
Yeah.
Because recently he's just not been booked very well. I saw a quote on Twitter yesterday, which was something like, "There's going to be one wrestling promoter that's Hobbs is going to make a lot of money for one day, and his name is Triple H." And I saw that and I thought,
Oh,
"Wow, that is actually very true."
yeah.
Because he has the build to go on to be a megastar,
Yeah, he really does.
and he's kind of in these sort of mid card matches
Yeah, he is. But yeah,
losing.
I'm hoping one day he'll go up, but we'll see.
Yeah, maybe. And I'm kind of calling on Wardlow as well. I think Wardlow has been a bit hurt because of the Warjo. I mean, I say that. I personally love Warjo. I thought it was them actually being able to be used, but
Mm.
I think
I actually think
t
Wardlow suffered before that.
really.
Yeah, I think with all the MGF stuff that happened and so forth, it
Oh, you
just
you
he
think
went
you
into the championship without any momentum.
oh, I mean, there was barely any build for the match, was there? I
Yeah.
mean, we literally had it on Dynamite 2 weeks ago where Joe turned on Wardlow,
Mm.
and then the next week cut a promo, and then this match was made,
Yeah. It
which
kind of
is
had
why I was convinced he was
yeah.
taking the pin.
It's kind of an ongoing problem with AEW where the champions they build up to becoming champions, and most of the time it's justified, not counting Tony Storm. But then, like Rosa, like Adam Page, their run is a little bit lackluster.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see what happens here. I mean, the only thing I can think is going to happen is Wardlow's going to pick up his victory again at the next Ring of Honor pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean, if
That's my assumption.
if he powerbomb symphonies, Joe, that should give him some momentum back.
I just see. I don't think Joe should be someone that's subject to that. That's
Mm,
just my personal opinion.
okay,
I
I
think
think he's
main.
somebody who could be and not be hurt by it. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because Joe did the Tope Supersede in this match, and because of that, he is now up there for me as one of my. I mean, he was anyway. He's always been up
Okay,
there in my favorite wrestlers, but the Tope
yeah,
Suicida, I think, sealed it for me.
okay,
I found it a bit funny though that well, obviously this is triple threat, and triple threat rules are it's no disqualification.
yeah.
Wardlow uh, sort of did his powerbomb symphony, only for Joe then just to pick up the TNT belt and clock him with it. And
Yeah.
I was just sat there like, why haven't you all not done
Do you
this
know
in
what?
this
I thought
match?
the same thing. I was like, how come you guys haven't been grabbing chairs, tables?
Yeah, I just don't get because I always thought that you could get disqualified in a triple threat match, but I guess not.
Mm,
But there we are. Match number 11 of the night is a no disqualification, no count out match. It's Sting and Darby Allin versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal.
I completely forgot about this match.
I don't think I was mentally prepared for this match going into it.
Yeah.
I don't think I was mentally prepared to hear a loud TNA chant in an AEW pay-per-view in 2022.
Mm,
I don't think I was prepared for a TNA chant in
yeah.
2022. And it happened. It happened. And I don't think I still mentally recovered from it though. But big props to Jeff Jarrett and Sting for paying the ultimate homage to Impact and TNA by completely fucking up the ending to the match. With Sting getting the pin on Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah. It
So
was
so so
yeah.
yeah.
I didn't think much of the match, if I'm honest. It was kind of like a break in between. I don't know. You know, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but I
I
wasn't
I just
particularly
thought
invested in that match.
no, I thought it was just an entertaining match.
Yeah.
Sting, not Sting, sorry, Darby Allin just taking bumps like there's no
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Although Sting took a pretty big bump. He looked like he winded himself at one point. Like he
Yeah, he
couldn't
did.
breathe. Yeah. Yeah, he
Satnam
genuinely
Singh
looked
as
like he
well.
was seeing the light.
Was it after the choke slam?
Was it a choke slam? I can't remember. Maybe. Oh, it was. I think it was. It looked like it went. Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was Darby Allin as well trying to do the coffin drop, but Jeff
Oh, that
Jarrett
was awesome.
hit the guitar shot while
Yeah.
he was in midair, which I thought was brilliant.
Oh, see, I was thinking about the other. No, but it wasn't a coffin drop. No, it was. Yeah, he tried to coffin drop off the ramp down to the side. It was a massive drop,
Hmm.
and Satnam Singh caught him.
Just caught him, yeah,
Yeah, he
and
just
just
caught him.
ragdolled him.
I mean, that was a good few meters. He fell down. He just caught him like
Yeah.
nothing. That was pretty awesome. Yeah.
Sting as well, jumping from the stands onto Lethal, Singh and Sanjay Dutt as well
Yeah.
onto the arena floor. That
No,
was
there were some
brilliant.
cool moments. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know what? It was actually a pretty good match.
Yeah, I think I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I think it was better than what
We expected.
people. what we expected, certainly.
Yeah.
And looking online afterwards, people, I don't know, just didn't really like the match.
Mm.
But I did. I think we had a lot of
Even
fun with it.
I do remember thinking like, you know what, Jeff Jarrett can still go. Because I remember asking you how old is he, and the reason I wanted to know is because I was like, he can still go.
Yeah, but let's not. He
Yeah.
he can he can he can
No, I'm not saying he should, but I'm saying
stay
he
stay
can.
where he is. He can go. He shouldn't go.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Match number 12 for the AEW Interim Women's World Championship. It's
Whoop,
Tony
whoop.
Storm versus Jamie Hayter. Again, a match that I think this is probably our most anticipated
It
match.
was, yeah. I was, yeah. Oh,
Like,
it,
as much as we like the main event, and
I think this
again,
was my best match of the night.
I think this is my match of the night as well.
Yeah,
I
I was so emotionally invested in that match.
We were,
Every
and
near fall, I was literally devastated whenever Tony Storm kicked out.
yes, because of course Jamie Hayter did pick up the win to become the
Indeed.
new AEW Interim Women's
Oh, I
Champion.
keep forgetting about she's in. You know what? I see her as a champion, so I forgot she's interim. God damn it, Rosa.
I fucking hate the interim stuff.
Yeah,
They need
I
to
was
get rid
really
of that
hoping. I was really
as
hoping
soon
they
as
would announce
possible.
at the start of the match whoever wins becomes the official world champion, and
Yeah,
just strip Rosa of the title at this point.
it kind of means that Hayter and Rosa are going to have a match to
Yeah, it
determine who
should
the
in
actual
theory.
world champion is.
Yeah,
So, regardless of how the outcome of that match is, Tony Storm's championship reign is chalked off.
yeah. I mean, it
Doesn't
wasn't
exist.
very good anyway. So. Oh,
Well,
and we knew. Do you know what? Yeah, we were talking about whether she would win. My first hint that she was going to win. There were two things. A, she came out wearing silver and gold, right?
yeah.
And normally, if you come out with gold, almost every single time on AEW, they win. It's a
Hmm.
really bad giveaway. The second, Tony Storm came out looking devastated.
She did look very dejected coming out to the
Yeah,
ring, and when she got into the ring, and Jamie Hayter immediately
they were chanting
noticed the
hater.
crowd was chanting for her, and the camera picked up her pointing to her ear, and then looking and then pointing out to the crowd, and Storm just didn't have a response to it. She just kind of
Yeah,
looked down at her feet, and that's
oh,
when we said, "Okay, she's going to win." But we were heavily invested in this match. Every near
yeah,
pinfall, we were
yeah.
almost jumping out of our seat.
I think the worst part is because we felt if Hater loses, we riot like everyone else
Yes.
in that crowd. And the worst part is there were so many big moments where she should have got the 1, 2, 3, and they made Tony Storm kick out over and over and over. Like they just threw everything at her, including
Yeah,
the kitchen sink, and she just wouldn't stay down. And we were like, "Oh God, they're gonna make her lose."
and I think that's probably one of the reasons why we haven't really enjoyed the run is
Mm,
because I mean Tony Storm on the mic isn't very good.
no,
In ring she's okay. I
she's okay.
wouldn't
She's not
say
the best.
she's not sort of world champion material. I
No,
don't think yet. Um, and then she's having matches with like Riho, and she's pinning Riho clean, and
Hikaru Shida. Don't get me started on that one.
Hikaru
Yeah.
Shida. Yeah.
They
So
basically put champion after champion for her to pin.
yeah, to try to make her look strong. I think that's what I was going back to earlier on when I referenced Tony Storm. Her run is different than what we saw earlier, in that she was booked very strong, and she
Mm.
has been booked against champions, and she has been beaten champions clean. But the problem is that she hasn't really had anything for the crowd to latch onto.
It doesn't feel earned. It doesn't feel earned is what the problem
Yeah,
is. Yeah.
I think we knew the crowd were at the point where they would riot when.
It was literally the same thing as the last pay-per-view. It would have been the same thing as the last pay-per-view where the Acclaim lost. It would have been the same result. People were just complaining.
Yeah, so we knew at the point that they were at fever pitch when Rebel came out, hit Tony Storm with the belt, and then Hayter hit a Storm Zero on Storm,
Mm.
and she kicked out too.
And
And
she
the
freaking
crowd, there was just
kicked
a
out.
chorus of boos from the crowd, and I think
Yeah.
at that point, then I thought they're not going to do it. They're not going to
They're not
let
gonna
her take this
walk out
win,
with the title.
take this loss, and yeah, and then another belt shot
Yeah.
from
Britt doing
From
the
Brit.
stump.
It was the stomp, yeah, the second one was the stomp. Got her back
Yeah.
in the ring,
Stomp onto the belt, by the way.
onto the belt,
Onto the,
yeah.
yeah.
And then Hayter got the victory from that. And again, it was a fantastic moment.
Never been happier to see Britt Baker in my life.
No.
It was like a moment of relief.
No,
Do
but
you know
but
what? Yeah, I think with every close call that Tony Storm kicked out of, I got angrier and angrier.
well, we were getting more and more invested. And
Yeah,
I think seeing Hater win was not only just relief
yeah,
at the fact that a new champion's been crowned, but also just pure happiness. I've liked
yeah.
Hater for pretty much
Same.
since I started watching AEW. She's been
Mm.
one of my
No, she's
favorites
been
in the
awesome.
women
Yeah,
roster. And I mean, the potential story of her versus Britt now is got to be played up at some point soon, hasn't it?
yeah. But then I think it's gonna be that mixed with Soraya as well.
Possibly,
Mm.
but again, we'll see. We'll know
Yeah,
by Wednesday as to what the landscape's going to be. I reckon.
yeah, yeah.
Match number 13 is for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. It's the Acclaimed versus Swerve in Our Glory. I was a bit disappointed with this. The Acclaimed did pick up the win. I say disappointed. I think the problem is, like the crowd, I was a little bit tired by this point. It was already about 4 o'clock in the morning, and the match was good.
Yeah.
I think I was just a bit disappointed because I don't know, the crowd didn't really seem into it. It was in a bit of a death spot, really, going straight after the Women's World Championship match and right
Yeah, which
before the Men's World Championship
I
match.
think, yeah, well, I think it's mainly because of the women's match. Everybody had so much energy going into that match
Yeah, I think they
that they
deflated
needed
a
a
little bit.
break. Yeah, they needed a break. So whoever came after, doesn't matter how good it would have been a little bit quieter. But
Yeah, and the story that the story with the story they were selling as well was really good in the end
yeah,
with Lee turning on Swerve, who
yeah, like just walked away, walked out,
literally
folks.
just walked away,
Yeah,
and
and he just let Swerve get destroyed.
Swerve did get destroyed straight away.
Yeah,
So, I mean, overall,
I'm
yeah,
glad the acclaim still champions because I was
yeah,
worried that they were going to lose it.
yeah. So after we had a theory that Tony Khan wasn't gonna allow too many titles to change hands.
Mm.
We we just knew MGF was gonna pick up the world title. Uh, we just knew it. There was no
Yeah, there was no
way that wasn't
questions.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then Jamie Hayter won the world championship as well. So we kind of thought, shit, maybe he is just gonna go, fuck it, let's just change all the titles.
Mm.
Obviously, Joe won the TNT title earlier on as well.
Yeah. Hater
So
one
so
hers.
so we were kind of worried, but no, I think as long as the acclaim keep the bounce because they haven't had a proper
Everybody
run. Yeah,
loves the acclaim.
everybody loves the acclaimed. Yeah, yeah, definitely. My favorite tag team at the moment I think in wrestling. I don't think I. Well, no, actually, FTR probably my favorite tag
Ooh,
team.
wow, that's a hard one. I feel like FTR are better wrestlers, no questions about it. But who do I
FTR.
find more entertaining? Oh, you know what? Actually, I'll say FTR because while the acclaim is entertaining in a different way, FTR is like in the ring is just undeniably amazing. So
No, and
yeah,
I think we should go back and review properly for the podcast. The Ring of Honor, the last Ring of Honor.
yeah. This is the Briscoes.
Well, we may as well do both because at Super Card of Honor, this is what I was getting confused with.
Mm.
At Super Card of Honor, they won. That's where they won the Ring of Honor Tag
Yeah,
Team Championship,
it is. Yeah,
and then in Death Before Dishonor, that was the best 2 out of 3 falls match.
yeah. The defense. Yeah.
Yeah. So moving on to match number 14 and our main event is the AEW World Championship match. Jon Moxley versus MJF. With MJF picking up the win to win the World Championship
With the
after a
age.
turn from William Regal.
Oh, I mean, you called it though. So
Yeah, as soon as Regal came out, it was to me so obvious what was going to happen. So Regal stops MGF from using the Dynamite Diamond Ring. MGF threw out the ring, and you saw one of the security guards just fucking bolt for it. I guess it must have bounced awkwardly and maybe like sort of
yeah.
went in, well, near the crowd, and yeah, Regal took out his brass knucks and slid him over to MJF.
Oh God.
MJF cracked Moxley in the face and pinned him to win the world
He
championship.
pinned him with a finger as well.
One fucking brilliant thing that Moxley did during that
Yeah.
pin. I don't know if you noticed it. It's one of my pet peeves of not just AEW, actually, modern wrestling
Yeah.
is wrestlers looking at the referee as the referee's counting.
Mm. Oh
Moxley
yeah, yeah,
Moxley did that. He
yeah.
looked at the referee. So I saw that as the count was going on, and I thought he was going to kick out because of that.
Oh,
So Moxley played.
he played you.
He fucking played me because as soon as I saw him do it, I thought, shit, he's going to kick out.
Mm.
And then he didn't. So fantastic. And, you know, we've got so many stories now coming out of Full Gear going into this week's Dynamite.
Do you know what?
And
This is the one I'm most excited about because this affects
what
the
happens
entire
with the,
Combat Blackpool Club.
yeah,
Yeah.
the what?
Sorry, the Blackpool Combat Club. I said it twice. I was like, nope, that's still not right.
No, because they are a babyface faction.
Yeah.
There's no way MGF's joining them. There's no way Regal can stay a part of them. I
No,
saw
exactly.
Wheeler Yuta on Twitter.
Hmm.
He tweeted fucking snake, and that was it. That's the only thing he tweeted.
Oh no.
So I guess maybe Regal leaves or Moxley leaves, and I don't know, maybe some of them go with him. But I'm just gonna put this little statement out there.
Hmm.
The Blackpool Pinnacle Club.
No, I don't like
No,
it.
nope, you don't like it. Okay.
No, that's not good. You're so pleased with yourself.
I was.
It's not good. It's not good. Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, okay. So yeah, we'll throw that under the bus.
Mm.
I really enjoyed the match.
Yeah.
Again, I suppose maybe some of it was, I don't want to say ruined for me, but I knew that MJF was winning this. There was no way that Tony
Oh no,
Khan
yeah. It
could
wasn't
have
like
not put the title on
yeah.
MJF at this time.
It is one of those things though with AEW. Like whenever there's a world championship change, it's always foreseen. You know, it's not
Yeah,
unexpected. Every single one has been. If anything, it's good storytelling because we know exactly where it's going because it's so well told.
yeah, and
But
there's
it's like yeah,
there were so many like great things in this match as well. Like MGF selling of the tombstone
yeah,
on the ring apron,
yeah.
and he just screamed in agony and sort of rolled into the ring. And straight away you were like, "Oh my god, is he really injured?" I was like, "No." They were like, "Yeah, but he could be."
Yeah, yeah. No, it was genuinely like, oh god.
Yeah, and then Moxley just targeted that knee for pretty
And it
much
was
the
like,
rest
oh,
of the
he's
match.
okay. Yeah, he's like, okay, he's fine. As soon as
Yeah,
Moxley attacked, I was like, okay, oh, he's fine.
yeah, and the avalanche paradigm shift from Mox to
Oh,
MJF,
yeah,
where MJF got his finger to the rope for the rope break.
yeah,
That again was fantastic.
yeah.
But I'm yeah really looking forward to Dynamite.
I
I
mean, let's think about it. MJF is 26, and he's just so fucking incredible.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean he's the same age as The Rock and the Undertaker when they won their first world titles.
oh, really? Oh, so I
Yeah,
didn't realize that. Okay,
yeah,
okay,
and that was at the time considered really young.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I really am looking forward to Dynamite this week, and I think this, I want to say, it's the best pay per view I've seen so far of
I have a
AEW.
problem that every pay per view, apart from Forbidden Door, because it was more special rather than like amazing, but
Mm.
every pay per view that I've seen of AEW I always come out thinking it's the best pay per view they've done, and I'm not sure if it is or if this is. I think they're all really really good, especially this year. They've all kind of been incredible.
I mean, I'd say I've watched all of the pay per views in 2022. So that's
Mm.
what Revolution, Double or Nothing,
Yeah, Double or Nothing.
Forbidden Door,
Hmm.
All Out, and Full Gear.
Yeah.
And I pretty sure I watched Full Gear last year, and I want to say that was the first. No, it wasn't the first pay per view I watched. It was the second one because
Okay.
I think All Out last year was Omega versus Christian Cage,
Oh, such a good match. Yeah.
and that was for the AEW World Championship, and I think
Yeah.
Cage had already won the Impact World
Yeah,
Championship
he had
from
been
Page.
Omega once. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think I watched Double or Nothing before. I'm trying to think what was on Double or Nothing before that.
Well, I think all Full Gear last year it was actually it was yeah. It was
Full
when
Gear
Hangman
was
Page.
Hangman Omega.
Yeah, Hangman Omega.
Yeah, because I'm sure it was Pinnacle versus Inner Circle.
Oh
I'm sure it was
no,
that match,
it was
wasn't it?
also where you got MJF versus Darby Allin, and it was an incredible match.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I definitely didn't watch this pay per view then. So
Okay.
that was the Inner Circle versus the Pinnacle in the Stadium Stampede match.
Mm. Oh yeah, yeah.
So that So All Out was basically the first pay-per-view that I've seen.
Mm.
So I think out of all of them, I mean, last year's Full Gear was really good, if I remember rightly,
Mm.
and this year's Double or Nothing was good. But
Yeah.
for me, this
Best
was
one?
it. This is the best one.
Okay.
It's the one that I remember getting emotionally attached in the matches.
So
Again, going back definitely to the
yeah,
Jamie Hayter match.
I mean, I've been watching it longer, so I think maybe that might be a factor. So I
Mm.
would say that I'm emotionally invested in all of them, but I will say that the Hayter match might be the most invested I've been in any match for AEW. Full stop. In general,
Yeah,
like
no, I think it is for me as
I
well.
think, do you know what? It's almost like they had wrong dust with Tony Storm so many times over and over again that I don't think I could have handled it anymore.
You really don't like Toni Storm, do you?
Really, I really don't. You know what? I don't even. It's not that I don't like her. She shouldn't have been champion ever. Like there was just no justification for it.
Well, the justification was Rose is injured, and she was the
Yeah.
challenger at the time. So I
Mm.
guess it kind of fell into her lap a little bit.
Yeah.
So that is Full Gear 2022 in the bag, and I guess we'll get to actually reviewing it on the podcast in about 2 years' time. Maybe we'll see. So with the 2022 previews, there's 5 that's gone this year, 4 last year, and 4 the year before in 2020. In 2019, though, we are on number 3. So Fight for the Fallen is going to be our next main pay-per-view coming out, and maybe we'll do a little smothering of a little sprinkling of Ring of Honor. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll see. Yeah.
Maybe it can be our little sort of mid-season break and little palate cleanser. That nice little 2-episode season. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah,
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We do have a schedule now for all of the 2019 content that we want to get done. So there's going to be 8 separate podcast videos, but more on that when I don't know if I've actually done the graphic. It's not done yet, and it will be done before this video goes up. But anyway, thanks for listening to us today, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right, catch you folks later.
Goodbye now.